Welcome to the very first episode of North Star Sports Talk Beyond the Border. Trying something out different. We're going to be purely talking about everything outside of Minnesota. So we'll cover the same topics as what we usually do, just not Minnesota based.
Yeah.
Super Bowl was something, huh?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Boring.
Can we put up like a guy sleeping somewhere in like somewhere over, just
Here,
take
I'll
up the whole
just
screen?
do it. I'll just do it for you.
Okay, we'll
Yeah. That was.
we'll put like a little bed or something behind Carter.
Yeah. That was
Boring.
an awful game.
Fortnite scoreboard too. Like this was so bad. The only thing good about it was the halftime show.
Oh my
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what else was good? The Puppy Bowl.
Love the puppy
Yeah.
The
bowl.
Puppy Bowl had its 21st annual Puppy Bowl. It took place on the 9th. Team of Rough with a final score of 68-66. Go Team Rough.
Boys.
Okay. Okay. Besides to play, Paul's Allen, the Labrador Retriever mix from Buffalo, New York, scored the game's final touchdown. Scoring it for Team Rough. Most valuable puppy was Foxtrot, a Border Collie mix for Team Rough. He was honored as the MPUP for outstanding performance, including the initiating the game scoring with an early touchdown.
There we go.
And the Underdog Award was Mercury, a great sheepdog mix, receiving the Underdog Award for laid back. I'm not going to try to pronounce the breed's name. Laid back approach, offering a relaxing on field amidst the action.
More interesting than the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But I mean, I will say, couldn't happen to a worse fan base.
Yep.
Yeah. Patrick, the Eagles defense was just something else.
Can you feel it, Cole? Can you feel him up? Let's go!
I told you guys,
Yeah.
like their defense is really what was.
It was.
There's
lights
too much
out.
talent, and honestly, kind of okay because hopefully Trey Smith's value goes a little bit down. The Vikings can sign him for just a little bit less.
Yeah, that may be. Who knows?
Some statistics
Boy.
for the Super Bowl. Time of possession for both teams. So Kansas City with 23 minutes, and then Philadelphia with almost 37 minutes. And then the total yards with Philadelphia winning was 345, with Kansas City having 274. Total plays, Philly had 70 and Kansas had 49.
Wow.
Yards per play, Kansas City winning it by 5.6, with Philly only with 4.9.
Well, because they kept trying to run Saquon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I will say the
Yep.
Chiefs' defense did a great job shutting down Saquon.
Oh yeah, they
But-
needed to do that, but
Passing yards with Kansas for 226 and then Philly with 210. Yards per pass, Kansas with 7.1 and Philly with 9.1. Rushing yards, Philadelphia 135 and rushing yards for Kansas was 49. Rush average for Kansas was 4.5 and Philly with 3.0. Turnover, 3 turnovers and 1 turnover for Philadelphia.
the stats are pretty evident that Eagles
Sick.
dominated.
6 freaking sacks for Philadelphia. Holy hell.
Yeah.
You want to know my favorite stat from the Super Bowl?
Oh, Lord.
133 million viewers for the halftime show. The most for a halftime show ever.
And
Kendrick killed it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's also up on Spotify. If you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
see
the
that.
live recording, yeah.
The live
I'm shocked
recording.
that Apple Music, because they do the halftime show,
Yeah.
let it go up on Spotify.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think Kendrick gave him some.
Oh, I'm
girl
sure
said,
he did.
Here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna upload this to Spotify.
But yeah,
All the old people hated it though.
Yeah.
I went on Twitter and everyone's like,
Why did it? And all the Drake fans were like, "No one was singing along in the stadium."
I heard that A minor, and that is incorrect.
Yeah.
Or the flags, the people.
Oh, yeah, the
walking around.
Palestinian.
Yeah, they
But
didn't
not
get
even
charged.
Yeah.
They
Not
didn't get charged.
Not even that. It was the people who were supposed to have flags up had 2 children playing with a lowercase a on the flag.
Yeah.
I saw that. Kendrick wearing a lowercase a necklace.
I can't believe he got Serena Williams.
That
To
was
crip
so
walk.
bad. So
Oh
funny.
my
Serena
God.
Williams had more yardage during the halftime show than the Kansas City Chiefs in the first half.
Yeah.
So that was something, huh?
Yeah.
That
That was incredible.
And what makes it worse is Serena Williams' sister was shot by a crip,
Yeah.
and she was crip walking on stage.
Yeah. So kind of a double
The,
edged sword
the
there.
level of hate.
The level of hate is insane.
It's incredible.
NBA draft ended last week. We were having some breaking news. Supposed to have breaking news last
NBA
episode.
trade deadline.
Trade deadline. Yeah, Luka Doncic went
To the
bye bye.
And
Mavs.
we would have broke it live.
The
Well,
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler.
Yeah.
But technical issues got in the way of that.
It's okay.
But
We're not salty at all.
what were the Mavs thinking? Like, respectfully? And
No, not
No,
respectfully.
no,
What
no,
were
wait,
you
wait,
doing?
wait, let me
He's
talk.
gained 5 pounds,
No, no, no,
guys.
no,
We
no,
gotta
no,
get
no.
rid of him.
Not
That's what
respectfully.
I said about
Yeah,
I
not
mean
what are
this-
you talking
I
about?
mean this as a joke. I do not mean it. I mean it in a video game sense. But there's no threat to this. Okay? But their GM should not show their face.
Well, they've
And
increased security around him.
Yes.
And all front office executives.
He was at the SMU game, and the SMU fans were chanting "Fire Nico Harris."
Yeah.
Nico, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you might.
We cannot put that in.
Oh, bleep it out.
Stop saying this.
We will bleep it out.
I thought I got past that with the whole week being gone,
No. No. Anyways.
and it happened. That makes it so much worse.
Exactly. That's
Bleep
what makes
out-
it
we'll bleep
funnier.
it out. Bleep out me even saying.
Yeah, wow. And then Jimmy Butler as well. We'll see how that lineup goes.
Him and Draymond, I'd pay money to watch every practice with them.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes over there. But a very frantic week for the trade deadline. I mean, it's usually like that too with the NBA. There's usually,
But I've never seen that many stars get moved.
yeah, there was panic
Yeah.
in a lot of teams. Yeah, there was rumors that Mavs might have contacted to Minnesota,
Wolves, yeah.
but Minnesota was smart, thankfully, and didn't want to move Anthony.
Yeah, they wanted
Edwards.
to do a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
No.
See,
Absolutely
Anthony Edwards for Luka Doncic, I wouldn't do.
No.
But
I don't think I'd do a 1-for-1 with anyone.
Luka for Anthony Davis, I would definitely.
Randall.
For Randall, I would do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I would do that.
Hey, you guys want Julius Randle instead?
Honestly,
Hello.
if you're gonna
Hello?
get Luka Doncic, maybe just ship Rob Dillingham off too.
Yeah.
That's almost blasphemy.
But
Almost, but it's not.
no. So, did you guys see the video of Luka Doncic seeing LeBron
Yes!
James on a
And he's
breakaway?
just-
He's so happy
Immediately see his eyes look up the floor, and then this is put.
about it.
I mean, now
First-
he played with Kyrie and
LeBron.
And Kyrie was reported to want to trade
But he's
out of there,
staying.
but I mean, he's staying there. They're not going to.
It'll be in the offseason.
It'll be maybe. Who knows? But
he's like, get me the hell out of here.
I do not want to be part of this team anymore. But yeah, NHL and the Four Nations currently going on as we record.
Yes, Canada up 1-0.
Boo.
Yeah.
Canada versus Sweden.
Canada isn't even a real hockey country.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Where's,
No comments.
Where's the whistle? Where'd the whistle go?
I don't know.
Somebody's hiding the whistle. Horrible take, dude.
That's not even a horrible thing.
It is a horrible take.
But Trudeau, if you want to buy Minnesota, I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll be a Canadian.
Eh?
Alex Ovechkin. He is creeping
Nearing.
up
Yeah.
there.
How many goals left?
20.
Less
Under
than.
that.
I think he's got 17.
Let's see what Webb says. Should have done more research about that, but he is at
16 goals.
16 goals shy right now.
I guess at first.
Okay.
So
I didn't
Good.
read it.
Good job.
So I mean, he has the possibility to break that this season.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, it's insane watching. Like we're watching Fleury's historic last season.
Yes.
We're watching Ovechkin going to break a record that may not ever be broken again. I mean,
unless
it
someone
could,
else stays in the league for 40 years.
right?
I mean,
And it's been insane. I mean,
who's gonna do that though?
yeah,
Kirill.
Okay.
no,
He gets injured too much.
yeah. I mean, I could maybe see like
Not even that, but he
Bedard,
came.
Celebrini
He
maybe,
came
but,
over
Late.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's crazy everything that's going on there.
Yeah.
And then with NHL, we do have some breaking news of the evening. The NHL has announced that a World Cup of Hockey is coming.
We'll be returning.
We're returning. In 2028 in February, and there has been some more news coming out just in the past couple of hours that there will be at least 8 teams competing in this tournament. So, I really hope Russia's in there. Because I mean, there's so many great Russian players to just push them aside.
That's how I felt with the
Four
Four
Nations.
Nations.
Because I mean, so many Russian players.
There's
now in the
more
NHL.
Russian players than there are Swedish or Finnish
Yeah.
players.
Like Finland, I can see. Sweden, I'm like, kind of scratch my head. I'm like, there's players, there's enough to make a team, and they're good players. Don't get me wrong, but you choose them over
Yeah.
Russia. I get the whole, war thing, but I mean, I really do hope that gets kind of resolved by 2028. So 3 years to go for them to figure out what 8 teams they want to put on there. I'm sure they already have a list.
Yeah, they'll have it.
They probably will. And some more news in the NHL. In Seattle, there was a minor league hockey game. Young kids playing hockey, nothing out of the ordinary. And one of the parents, hockey parents, can get intense.
Oh,
They
my
can get
God.
intense. And one of them decided to take it to the next level during the middle of the game. The ref, which I believe was a minor, they weren't even an adult ref. I
Nope.
think they're in their early teens. Took the player to the
Got
penalty
rocked.
box. Parent went on the ice and absolutely rocked him to the ground. A nice clean hit.
Well, it was a child.
It was a child.
I-
I'm not saying that the kid deserved it. He did not. But from what I saw in the lower part of the video, the kid got rocked. It was a one-punch kind of done deal. That parent should get charged and should be put in jail for that.
Yes.
I really hope that the
I would
hockey
be
league,
very surprised if they did not.
Seattle Kraken made a post saying that he's banned from all their facilities, which I really hope that would be the case right away. I'm hoping that police is getting involved with this too. There's no place in any sport world for a parent to be beating up anybody because of a call.
Yeah, it's just
Your kid is gonna get penalized at some point in their career. Everybody does, no matter what sport. You're gonna get a penalty on you. You're just learning the game.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, people still get penalized. It happens. Yeah, I don't get it. I think it's so stupid that even happened.
it's ridiculous.
No. But speaking of hockey, we'll talk about college. So if the NCAA season ended today, these would be the rankings. Boston College at number 1. Michigan State at 2. Gophers at 3. Maine at 4. Western Michigan at 5. Boston U at 6. Providence at 7. Ohio State at 8. Connecticut at 9. Denver at 10. UMass Lowell at 11. Michigan at 12. Arizona State at 13. Quinnipiac at 14. Augustana 15. And Sacred Heart at 16. Oh, Sacred Heart.
Yeah, surprising.
Yep.
So
And then if they were in their regionals, this is how it would look. Boston College, Ohio State, Connecticut, and Holy Cross at number 1. Michigan State, Providence, Denver, Minnesota State at 2. Minnesota Gophers, Boston U, UMass, and Quinnipiac at 3. Maine, Western, and Michigan, and Arizona State at the 4th region. How do we feel about that?
It's
I hope
something-
Minnesota gets knocked out in the first round.
I
but,
don't.
Yeah, so in terms of conferences, college, if they started this upcoming weekend, College East would have 6 of their teams.
Yep.
In the tourney. Big Ten would have 4, respectful number. NCHC will only have 3. And that's assuming that the other couple leagues only have 1 team that shows up, which usually is the case. I want to quickly hop back into NBA talk. I know this is Minnesota talk, but
Is it about his baby mama?
yeah. You guys want to touch on that one a little bit, or is that?
I think that's all you, buddy.
I saw it. It's ridiculous, low-key.
It is.
So, it's kind of a
something.
lot. It has to do with Anthony Edwards. So Little Baby's original baby mama, 36-year-old Aisha Howard submits text in a paternity suit against Anthony Edwards, who cheated on his other baby mama, Chief Keef's baby mama. This is getting really deep. Text Aunt told Mrs. Howard, to get an abortion, and he doesn't like her. So that's something
That's wild.
that is a wild thing to tell. That's something kind of crazy. Yeah, that's. I mean, Anthony Edwards is.
He's a kid.
He's a
No.
kid. I mean,
He's got that dog in him.
Okay.
But unfortunately, he puts his dog in too many people.
Oh my god.
I don't know if we can put that in there.
Which part?
Really?
Bleep it out.
Yeah, bleep it out. But yeah, that's something. So something kind of drama worthy there. But yeah, NBA is just full of drama though. I mean, it's basically. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but the NBA is a bunch of crybabies who know how to play ball. But I mean that's how you get your viewership up. You have people get drama. It causes viewership and everything. So I don't see them changing that anytime soon. But yeah, the Hobie Baker right now, we have Isaac Howard sitting at 15%, 15.4%. Jimmy Snuggerud for Minnesota is at second with about 11%. And have you guys seen the Boston University goalie Yegorov? He's a. I'm so bad with Russian names. I'll put it out.
Yegorov.
All right. Yeah, I butchered that. His class list is insane. He's taking calc. He's taking some biomechanics, something.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's also taking Homeland Security and Intelligence class. As a
Yes.
Russian, what you doing over there? But what's your intent, dude? What's your intent?
What's he cooking in there?
But yeah, there's a lot of great names in the Hobie Baker race. So best of luck to all the players out there. I think Isaac Howard is going to take the Hobie Baker award, and I think he really deserves it. Currently plays for Michigan State, was a Minnesota Duluth player. He will go places though. His career is so bright.
Isn't he a Lightning pick?
I believe so. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, we have some exciting news in the lacrosse world. If I could find that. People. Yeah, there is a new professional women's lacrosse league. So Premier Lacrosse League has announced the launch of a women's lacrosse league, a new professional league set to debut this year. The Women's Lacrosse League will feature 4 teams competing in the Olympic Sixes format, which is faster paced, and it's a 6-on-6 game. So that will be kind of fun to watch for lacrosse. It will be the league's first competition is scheduled to take place actually now from February 11th to the 17th. in Washington, D.C. And there's currently the 4 teams are Boston Guard, California Palms, Maryland Charm, and the New York Charging. So interesting names. California Palms kind of goes
Kinda dope.
crazy.
Yeah.
Boston Guard not too bad. Maryland Charm is, and New York Charging is kind of a horrible name. But so yeah, I mean this is really, really huge because I mean lacrosse is kind of one of those growing sports in the U.S. And lacrosse is fun to watch too. If you haven't watched a lacrosse game, it's like hockey but in on turf. So yeah, it aims to elevate the women's professional lacrosse and aligns with the sports inclusion for the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles, since they are including lacrosse in the Olympic Games too. Obviously, they want to have a women's league there. So really, really great. I hope that this does get expanded out, maybe even a Minnesota team eventually. But we'll see how these 4 teams compete in this year. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, a woman from New Hampshire, United States, currently playing over in across the pond for the Bristol Bears for some good old-fashioned 15s rugby. That person, you might have seen her on Dancing with the Stars if you're over 50, is Alona Marr. Actually on the starting roster within, I think it was her second game. She was in the starting roster, which to do that in the Premier League is extremely difficult to do. But yeah, she's doing good over there. I think she has 5 tries right now. I think their last game is this weekend. I don't know. I haven't looked into the Bristol Bears since her first game. But yeah, that's just a little bit on, an American across the pond. What do we got next?
I don't think we have a lot more. What do you got going on?
We got
the boring NFL draft.
okay. We've got a mock draft.
That's gonna take him 30 minutes to get.
It's not gonna take 30 minutes.
Buckle up.
Okay.
Put your sleeping masks on and just listen.
I'll play some lullaby music behind this.
Mocked and explained by yours truly. So at number 1, I've got Shedeur from Colorado going to the Titans. There's a reason that when he was at the Shrine Bowl, he talked to all the teams picking in the top 3, and then didn't play a single snap. He didn't practice. He didn't play in the game. Did nothing. His accuracy and his upside make me think that he's going to go to the Titans at number 1 if they truly do stick and pick. Yes.
Can I pitch in for a second? Today, former NFL wide receiver celebrated for his sorry, hold on. I should probably say his name. Former wide receiver Kadarius Toney.
Oh yeah.
Played for Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs and Cleveland Browns. Was arrested a couple days ago in Georgia. He faces charges of aggravated assault by strangulation and obstructing or hindering an emergency vehicle. Yeah. It was reported on January 14th, where he allegedly assaulted a woman by strangling her and preventing her from calling for help by taking her phone. So obviously this has sparked some question about his professional football career, whether he should face a ban.
He was awful, so he's not coming back.
He was a first-round pick in the 2021 NFL draft.
And was kind of a bust from right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was part of 2 Super Bowl winning teams. So,
as like the 5th receiver.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, his mugshot is something.
And then at number 2, I have the Browns going with Abdul Carter, the edge out of Penn State. Myles Garrett requested a trade. We can touch on that a little bit later. And I think the Browns were already considering going Abdul Carter, but this makes it just about a lock if he doesn't go at number 1. He'll be on a rookie skill contract, and the Browns need that, considering they are paying Deshaun Watson way too much money to get diddled and diddle others and not play at all.
Okay.
Giants, I have going Cam Ward, the quarterback out of Miami. he has a higher floor. He's older. He's gonna play better right away coming out of school, which Joe Schoen and Brian Dable need desperately. They are on probably the hottest seats in the entire NFL. He'll come in. He'll be able to perform right away. I think we'll have like a Bo Nix type season.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. I mean, he's an older prospect. He's more developed.
So, give me your top 5 people you're excited. You can do a top 5 bit here if you want.
I'll do a top 5 bit.
All right.
You know what to do, editor. Bring in the missile.
Bring in the missile.
All right. Top 5 what?
Top 5 people you're excited for to see move around in the draft.
All right. At number 5, I have Jahdae Barron, the cornerback from Texas.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Ton of versatility. He played on the inside for the first few years at Texas, and then was asked to move outside full time and won the Jim Thorpe Award for the most outstanding cornerback. I don't know how he fits to the Vikings if we're talking solely for the Vikings, but
Just anybody.
his versatility will be really valued, and he's a damn good cornerback. I have him going to the Bills at 30. I did no trades in this. Number 4, I suppose, I have Tyleik Williams, the defensive tackle out of Ohio State. Just a big body, run stuffer. He's your classic nose tackle. He needs to develop a little bit of a pass rush game, but he will fill space, eat up lanes for running backs, and he'll make an immediate impact. Number 3, I have Michael Williams, the edge from Georgia. If you're talking just solely like his traits that he was born with and athleticism, he's probably top 5 in the draft. That's super intriguing, but his production wasn't there, and he was playing on an insane Georgia defense that is highly concerning. I am very excited to see where he goes, where he gets utilized, and if those traits do in fact transfer over, and if he produces more. Number 2, I have Ashton Genty, the running back. Should have won the Heisman. Sorry, Colorado fans. But he's probably the best running back prospect since Saquon. I think he is a better prospect than Bijan Robinson. Whatever team gets him, I think is going to have a stud right away. I really hope he doesn't go to the Cowboys because he seems like a humble, down-to-earth guy, and he does not deserve to go to the Cowboys. And at number 1, I have Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle out of Ole Miss. He has some of the highest upside, I think. He needs to show a little bit more consistency, but his speed, his explosiveness, his strength is something that I think almost every team could use, and I think the Vikings would benefit from greatly.
All right.
That's not a bad list.
I like it. If you guys want some more drama, boxing, Logan Paul is considering doing a lawsuit against Messi for copying Prime, but he's willing to drop the charges if Messi hops into the ring with him for a matchup. It's not gonna happen. It's
Are they even close to the same weight class?
No.
This is so stupid. Logan Paul's always been kind of questionable.
He's out there.
I will admit he's a lot better than his
he's
younger brother, Jake.
Like when he literally recorded someone who
Didn't-
probably should bleep that one.
Yeah, bleep.
Maybe just cut that whole part out.
Yeah,
But
I don't even want me starting to say like when he.
that's
But
because everyone.
speaking of boxing, his younger brother Jake and Canelo were supposed to fight, but Canelo had to drop because he had prior fighting engagements. And honestly, Jake Paul, you were gonna get knocked out by Canelo. I can guarantee that you're not. I had 100 on
What
Canelo.
if he didn't?
we'll never know.
We'll never know.
They're gonna fight.
Well,
they're still gonna fight.
We'll eventually know.
No,
They're-
because someone's gonna back out every time.
No, I don't believe so. I think they're gonna fight, just not this year, maybe not next year, but they will fight.
Oh,
When
so
they're-
it'll
when
Canelo
they're-
is one of
when
the
they're in
best
winter.
Mexican boxers out there today. Maybe Ryan Garcia, but Canelo is a really good Mexican fighter.
Yeah.
He's one of the best.
Mind if I have a little bit on NASCAR?
Go right ahead, brother.
Daytona 500 is coming up on Sunday, the Great American Race. I'm going to do my top 5 bit here. There are 5 drivers, all right? 5 NASCAR drivers that I'm most excited for.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Start your engine!
Number 1, I'm most excited for Kyle Busch. He's entering his 20th Daytona 500. Yeah, he is eager to secure his first win. He's 0-19 right now. He could be 1-19. Okay, maybe. He has a lot to not a lot to prove. He's a good driver. He's a good racer.
Well respected.
Well respected for the most part. There's always drama in NASCAR, but hopefully he can win his first one. We have Ryan Blaney. He's come close several times in this Great American Race. He's also a strong contender, aiming to clinch his first Daytona 500 victory as well. Denny Hamlin, I mean, that guy's just an absolute dog. Seasoned driver with multiple Daytona 500 wins. He seeks to start the 2025 season on a high note. I might actually eventually put him down on my list, but for right now, he's at number 3. Then we have Jimmy Johnson, another dog, another well-known name. The 7-time Cup Series champion returns. He is going to attempt to qualify for a pretty good position, and I feel like he might be up there on the pole when the race starts. And then Martin Truex Jr., he's been coming up as a well-known household name over the last couple of years. He's coming out of retirement too. The 2017 Cup Series champion aims to qualify for the race. And he is playing for a Tricon Garage, so that he's hoping to make their first Cup Series entry. So I feel like he'll have a lot to prove there, but he's also coming out of retirement, so who knows? But those are my top 5. Maybe somebody even off the list is going to be with that, or taking the podium there.
I regret to inform everyone, Brad Marchand scored.
Oh man.
Maybe my least favorite player in the entire NHL.
This game sucks. But yeah, the Great American Race on Sunday, and that starts off a long NASCAR season.
Yes.
So, good luck, drivers. That's all I gotta say.
Speaking of top 5s, if you saw in the Minnesota podcast that
Wait. Do we want to do this as like a separate TikTok?
What, the top 5s?
No, his like TikTok thing, like the.
Oh yeah, no, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Okay.
ton of
Let's
TikTok.
save that.
All right, come back. Let's see what else. F1 is returning to Las Vegas.
Yep.
That is huge. I thought that looked amazing.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing circuit, especially with the sphere there now.
Dude, the sphere is.
It's
so stupid.
It's
but I
so
love it.
stupid. But
I love it.
imagine flying into Las Vegas for your first time and you just see a giant emoji just looking at you.
I can't remember which fight it was, but the UFC was there for.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was what Marab and Sugar.
Something like that.
I can't believe that they held the draft there for the NHL.
That was insane. That was actually insane.
That hurt my eyes to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was too much for me.
Next weekend, so what is it?
I saw the Wild Pig Boyum and then was done.
Yeah. 21st through the 23rd, so not this coming weekend, but next weekend is HSBC Sevens Vancouver, which if I had enough money, I would be going. But that's Sevens rugby, all the countries from around the world. Last week, or the last time that they played was in Perth. USA did not do a single thing. Very frustrating to watch. I'm pretty sure that the women's was like, what? Yeah, they didn't place. The men's the USA is about to get relegated. so they might not even be in it next year. And they're way out of the running for even getting
Consideration.
into the Sevens World Cup. It's not even close. They're 11th right now, and you have to be 8th, and they're at 5 points. And to get up there, they'd have to get
Double that, and then some.
so really frustrating. But you can get 20 points with a gold, so you win 2 gold.
Yeah, I think that's well within their grasp.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
totally.
not
for
within
sure.
their grasp. There's only 3 left, I guess. So
Did you watch the England and France rugby game?
I did not.
That was a great game.
I wish I would have.
That was an amazing game. It was very back and forth. France scored with only like a couple minutes left, and then England came back and took it all the way home and won it. So, yeah, I was grateful enough to watch that for a little bit. What a game! That's what rugby's all about, right there. It was a gritty win for England, much needed for them as well. France is a great team,
Yeah.
So that's a great win for them as well.
And we have 4 D2 college rugby players sitting at this table right now. Everyone played in the game, as far as I'm concerned.
As far as you're concerned.
Rugby's a fun sport.
Yep.
It's a
Great time.
great sport.
This spring on just North Star Sports Talk, we'll get into some of the senior men's league as we get back into that, because that's really, other than the Loonies, that's summer, so I can't do it yet.
Twins.
But that's the only rugby in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sad. But it's also not a rugby state either. It's a hockey state.
It is a hockey
Hey,
state.
fastest growing sport in Minnesota colleges right now is rugby. So
He's not wrong.
I can say that every year.
But yeah, I covered everything that I
stop
wanted.
saying it when it stops being true.
All right, Bucko.
I think we got everything.
I think, yeah.
Cover you.
Outro?
You do the honors.
This is you, buddy. This is your idea.
This is your thing.
All right. I got to think of something awesome to come up with. Thanks for watching the first episode of Beyond the Border, or Beyond the Border. I think that's what we're calling it.
Yep. Yeah.
If we had teasers, we want to tell you. We're keeping that to ourselves for right now. You guys have a wonderful rest or start of your day.
Alani, please sponsor us.
If you're listening on Spotify, thank you so much for listening to us.
You may be the first listener on Spotify for us.
Yeah, you may be the first listener.
Maybe
What
the
you win is absolutely nothing. We stole.
Our voices, is that
Yeah,
what you
you
want?
won.
Sorry.
You
And
won
you have
that,
to
and
wait until the end of the podcast to learn that.
But it's vindication. So
Yeah.
thanks for letting us waste precious time out of your day. We appreciate it.
Adios.